What's up, fellow rock and rollers? Peace and love with thumbs up and aka Cowabunga Rock and Roll. Guess what we got for you today? The Aeroband guitar demo sort of review. I really like this a lot. So here we go. This is the user manual, Aeroband guitar. Let's put it to the side. Very nice. What's super cool about it is you can connect it, right? It connects in the back. You can undo it, and then you can put it back in. It slides right back in, which is really cool back here, right? So I already put it back in. There's no reason to kind of take it apart and put it back in again, but it's in there. You slide it, put it back in. Very nice. It's pretty lightweight. You know, you don't even need to have a strap. You can just sit down. You can put a strap too. You see there's a spot for a strap right there. And then, of course, on the bottom, right? On the side and then the bottom. So you can put a strap on. It's pretty lightweight. What I love about this instrument is that it's not just one instrument. It's a whole bunch of instruments. There's piano, guitar, banjo, bass, different types of guitar with acoustic and electric. You can make it so that you can play solos on it. You can play nice different riffs along with it. You can put the tempo a little faster, put the tempo a little slower, pretend there's a capo on there. It's really cool. And there's real strings on it. So if you see right here, these are actually real strings mixed with these sort of nylon press-on strings. And that's where you would get a little bit light up action going on here. We're going to get to later on in the video. Very, very cool. Everything is controlled with buttons up here. And we're going to get into it in a little bit. So I'm going to turn it on. There's a button you can turn it on with right here. You press it down for 2 seconds. And there it is. You see how it lights up, right? And there's also an app to go along with this. But for right now, we're just going to work on it without the app. Okay, so this is obviously guitar. And amazing, you don't even need an amp. That's another thing that's great about it. There's a speaker built in right here. You don't even need an amp for this. So play it, adjust the volume, turn it to the left to make it lower, turn it to the right to make it a little higher and louder. Really cool. And so we just have the guitar going right there. How do you stop the sound? Eventually it stops on its own, or you can use right here, which is, there's a little part that slides on as well. And this is really neat because you can palm mute with your hand being on it, right? Really cool. So you can get that palm muting. Just trying the acoustic guitar, right? Playing a D chord, simple. And then strumming it out. And then if you want to stop, like at the end of a song, put your hand on top of that and it will stop the sound from coming out. Really cool. So that's how you stop a sound from happening. There's also a cover plate for this right here for the strings in the event you ever break a string. Hopefully you never do, but you can replace them right in there. They slide right on. Really nice to protect the strings, the actual strings, as well as the nylon strings here. Really, really cool. So that's just the acoustic guitar, and that's just turning it on with this button right here. And if you want to turn it off, you can do the same thing. And it plays a fun little song, and you can see everything lights up. And now we're going to turn it back on again because we're going to continue to use it. Okay. We're going to get into what these other buttons mean in a little bit, but we're going to explore the instrument now. So we've been just playing acoustic guitar, which is awesome, right? Very nice. Okay, so now with the middle button, if you were to press that, it changes the different instruments that you can play. So we're going to do that now. This is just acoustic guitar, right? Simple. Strum along anything you want to play, right? Or a little very nice, very cool. So that's a neat little thing to palm mute and practice. So that's the strict acoustic guitar. Here is another kind of acoustic guitar. A little bit of a brighter sound. Sounds like it's got some more high end there. Pretty cool, pretty fast solo right there, and it doesn't even hurt your fingers at all, which is really nice. All right, let's get to the next one. This is a sort of a clean electric. It's kind of loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So I'm going to do the right? Get that palm muting in there, right? Very nice. All right, let's get to the next one. This is another different kind of electric guitar, clean electric guitar sound. Really, really nice. Love this one a lot. Let's do just a different chord progression. Really cool sound there. All right, let's get to the next instrument. Ooh, that's a nice acoustic guitar. Ooh, that's the forbidden riff, so we're only going to stop there. And this is crazy because the guitar, even though it's a guitar, it sounds like a piano, because it is. So here we're going to play a little piano with this. How awesome is that? All right. Now the bass. Slap at the bass, man. Let's play a little bass where we play. Very cool. All right. So how about the banjo? And banjo was his name. Oh. Pretty awesome. All right. And another clean electric sound. Very nice. And that's all of them. So I'm going to go back to the piano and show you here that you can play along with the drums, which is really cool. So we got the piano setting on. You would just press that middle button like I talked about, right? And you get the piano. Eventually you get to the piano. So if you want to play along with the drums, you press this button, not the one that's lit up with the volume, which is really awesome right here, right? We got, we're going to press this button and then it'll set a drum to it. And to decrease or increase the sound, you press this right here or this button over here. So if you want to decrease it, the tempo, make it a little slower. There you go, right there. If you want to make it a little faster, all right, and then a little slower. So we're going to make it a little slower. You could do different types of rhythms with it too. So if you press the middle button, it creates different rhythms. Pretty sweet. A smart guitar. That's pretty simple right there. We're going to stick with that one. And we're going to play. And then when you want to stop the song, the drums, you press that button again and it'll do like a nice little ending. And there you go. Haha, pretty sweet. Sweet stuff. All right, so now we're going to play around with the capo now. So every time you press this button right here, also works as a capo. So it moves the capo. You see it light up? But you could play each song that you usually play with a capo on in its original place, which is really cool. So we're going to put it all the way back with no capo. Here's no capo. All right, so now we're going to do a song with a capo on the second fret. Right there. Change it to the second fret. I don't have to move my fingers to play it like this. I could just keep in the normal area where I would normally play a traditional chord without using a capo at all. That's really cool. It transposes it for you, mixes it to another spot. So this is really neat. All right, and then we can move it to, let's say, the third fret. Really cool. Awesome stuff. Love that. So that is the Aeroband guitar. if you like what you see and you want to get one of your own, the link for that can be found in the description, as well as a code to use just for this particular video and this particular instrument. You could use Key of Awesome Music. I'll put that down at the bottom. Feel free to grab one for yourself, share it with your friends and family, like and subscribe to the page, all good things. We didn't even get into the app, and that's totally fine. There is an app you can use as well, and I'll sync to it at some point, but not in this video. We'll see you next time, maybe for another video using just the app. Thanks again. Peace and love, a thumbs up, and A-OK, a cowbunk, and rock and roll. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye with the Aeroband guitar.